Welcome to phase 2. So this is the most exciting phase, at least I think so. So you're between 300 and 1,000 followers, and this is what you should do. Let's get inside of it. All right. So phase 2, it's basically split up in two parts. So 50% is going to be all about engagement. So that's all about your commenting. And then the second half of that, the other 50% is going to be on publishing. So that's going to be the post that you tweet out. Here in phase 2 with commenting, we're going to go a little further and a little deeper with our Dream 100 list. We're going to refine that more, and we're going to create and build out more lists here. Okay, guys, let's hop on Twitter, and I'm going to show you exactly how this is done. All right, so we have Twitter loaded up here. So what you want to do is you want to find a big creator, and luckily I have Dan Coe right here, so he gets a lot of attention, a lot of comments and likes, because he actually teaches what we talk about. So you want to click on Dan here, and it's going to bring up all his comments. See, we got one from Harry here that just came in. And what we're going to do is, this is the list building secrets. So what I like to do is go through here. You can hover over each person that's commented here and read a little bit about their bio and check out their profile picture. And if it looks like somebody that relates to your content, go ahead and open them into a new tab. And I usually get to the point where I will just open up everybody, because if they commented on this post, odds are they are going to be in line with what you're looking for. So you got all these tabs. These are all the new creators that we're going to look at. All right, so we got this guy here. He's the email guy. Perfect. That's kind of my niche here. So also somebody that I follows them. So they have 142 followers. So what do you want to do? I like to organize potential followers into 3 groups. So I do under 3,000, 3,000 to 10,000, and 10,000 and above. So let me show you how to do that. So you got the 3 dots there. And then it just says add or remove from a list. So it's going to bring up your list here. Now, I have a few lists that I've created. If you need to create a list, just click this here, and then you can name it. You could do under 3,000. That's what I have already. Or you can do the 3,000 to 10,000. That you can put in the description if you like. All right, so now I have that new group, and then you can add whoever. It's gonna like recommend a bunch of people, but this is the person that we're targeting, so we're not gonna add him there because that's not the correct list for him. So we'll go back here because he's under 3,000. Boom, put him in there. And you want to make your list private too, so that way people don't see that you added him to a list. That way you're not, bringing some attention you don't want. So pop them in there. So that way you can continue to connect with this person, as far as like engage with this person with likes, commenting on their posts that they recently have. So what I like to do, especially if I find some post that has a lot of good comments on there, as far as like that's really in sync with what you're looking for, I just rip right through it. I tear right through it, and I just go through and just add people to list. And you'll see why here. So we'll go ahead and jump forward. So after you've added, I would do hundreds of people. You can do a few per day, do like 10 or 20 per day, or just whenever you find like a really good post that really syncs up, and you can find a lot of good people through there. And then just go through all the people that have commented and add them to your list. So eventually what you want to do is you really want to build up awesome resources in your list. So I'm going to go over here to, this is TweetDeck and Twitter Pro now. And so I think you could start a new one here. So I'm going to show you from scratch. X growth, rapid growth, secrets. Cool. All right, I'm going to make it a star. Okay. Add a new list. 3,000 to 10,000. Add a new list. And now we're going to go above 10,000. And then last, you want to add your Dream 100 list. Cool. All right, so not done just yet. So you want to refine it so that you can get the most recent tweets from all of these people that you just added to these lists. So what you want to do first here is click on the gearbox. I'm going to start with Dream 100 and click on search post. And then you're going to go down to likes, replies, and reposts. And then click off of show replies, show quotes, show reposts. So that way it's only showing the original post. This is crucial. This is going to be awesome. All right. And then flip over to options. And then, okay, we don't need to do options. And you just close it and just make sure this is on latest. So this was just done 14 minutes ago. So, I mean, you can see all the engagement. So the point is, especially in your Dream 100 with these massive creators, you can get at the top, especially if you're a verified account. I would recommend doing Twitter Blue, which is what we talk about in the bonuses in the algorithm secrets, because what's going to happen is if you're already verified, when you make a comment on these big creators, you're going to be pushed up to the top half at the least. And you're going to get so many more impressions when you're at the top. So you can get seen by a lot and find a lot of new people through that method. It's huge. But the other cool thing is you can get in front of all the like the smaller. Well, I don't like to use the word smaller, but you can get in front of all kinds of creators this way and get their most recent posts. And get in there, and what you want to do is get a thread going in the threads. So the best way to do that is ask questions. So especially with bigger creators, you can ask questions. If they have a big following, a lot of the followers that are diehard followers, they're going to start answering your questions for you. And just keep the conversation going, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to make friends, trying to make connections, and that's how you really grow on X. So this is an awesome method. Okay, so let's get back into phase 2 here. So we want to leverage other people's comments. And a great way of doing that is when you start seeing posts that you really like, that you really resonate with, start bookmarking those, especially ones that you like the way it's formatted, or you like the writing style, or you just like the big idea of what it's talking about. Go ahead and start bookmarking those and organize it as different types of bookmarks. According to what value that you saw in that post. If it's an issue, like if they're bringing up a problem that you may have a solution for, or you're trying to find a solution for that people are talking about, bookmark those and organize that, because this is going to be like a data gold mine for you in the future. Because you can use that for a lot of inspiration when you're in phase 3, when you're focusing more on content creation here. So definitely start bookmarking things that resonate with you as you're on Twitter. So, all right. So with commenting secrets. So this is part 2, commenting secrets, which we just talked about when I was showing you the list creation. You can get a big jump by just commenting on big creators. And then if you make these lists, you're going to, as soon as you upload your Twitter account, like you're going to be able to see the most recent posts of all these big creators and jump right in. And it's going to be a huge advantage for you. And simply ask a question, get that discussion going. And then I also want you to continue doing what we talked about in phase 1. Keep using that method. So like, especially if you see an account that really resonates with you, go ahead and give them a follow. And add them to your list, and reach out to them in the DMs and get that connection going. And if it doesn't go anywhere, then you can always unfollow. It's not a big deal. But that is a great way to get a massive amount of growth. All right, so now let's go ahead and jump down here to the publishing part, which is the other half of what we want to focus on when we're under 1,000 followers. So you want to publish long form at least once a day, Monday through Friday, and 4 short forms every single day. And I use Hype Fury a lot of the times to load up as a scheduler to schedule out my tweets throughout the day. So I just want to go over some quick tips for content creation. You definitely always want to come up with the hook first, because within the hook is the basic general big idea of what that post is going to be about. And so after you create that hook and you have that big idea that you want to get out to the world, you want to make sure the rest of the content basically encompasses that big idea. So like with me, I generally have all the different thoughts that come to mind, but I have to stay focused on the one concept, the one big idea, and keep that going so it's basically threaded through the whole post. And once I started doing that, it was like a game changer for me. My posts were getting they doubled in engagement after doing that. So definitely do that. Now what I like to do is after I get that big idea going, I like to then list out the core concepts that I want to talk about, and then I come back through and then write in the fillers, and then I just make sure it all makes sense as far as like the next idea to the next idea, or the next line to the next line. And then what you want to do is you want to add out or delete any unnecessary comments, or just like if it feels like it's a filler, like you're just putting in space, delete it, because that's just people's attentions are just gonna bounce right off of that. So the idea is you want to keep people's attention going throughout your content and keep them all the way through. And then you want to end it with something that maybe encourages action. So maybe it might encourage them just to like it or comment. You want to encourage more engagement at the end, but maybe asking a question or however you want to end it. So with our content styles, we want to go with authority-based content. That's the most important part right here. This should be the majority of your content. So you want to show that you have competence in your abilities. So whatever you're interested in, whatever you have a in-depth knowledge, show it off. So start making how-tos, start sharing what you're doing, because who you're really speaking to are people that are 2 steps behind you. So I guarantee you are 2 steps ahead of someone. If you have this many followers, 300 to 1,000, there's all kinds of people trying to grow, right? So you are 2 steps ahead of someone out there. So you just have to find them, and that's what we're doing here. So make content for yourself that's 2 steps behind, and like how-tos, things like that, and authority-based, and it's gonna really anchor your account right there with that type of content. And additionally, you want to do some personal content too. So you want to be able to share your stories and let people feel like they know you, because that's really important. Once someone sees your content and they relate to that, they feel like they know you, it's way more likely that they're going to follow you after that. So that's huge. Now, there's a must that you have to do, and that is each comment that you get, you have to reply to the comments. That should be a rule that you never break. So that's for the rest of your life on Twitter. If someone comments on your post, always reply, because it's going to push your original post right back into the timeline, and it's going to force more impressions. So that's it right now for phase 2. We'll see you in phase 3 soon.